Darren. Hey, Darren. Alright, he's cool now. If you want, I can put in the forecast. Coordinators pack. So after the showing, I'll give you one card, so I'll start importing. If your driver's not in space, you can start importing on my driver, so you have it in.
Yeah, that sounds good. I can start doing that. And then might have Kyle
Yeah, or
depending on what he said, but I briefed him on it.
You got a big applause, my friend, back in the US. This is Tire Matthew, guys. Who makes the flights on Sunday? 6 o'clock local time is kickoff in London at 6.
Do you have 2 cards? Do you have a card? Hey,
I like this.
at tea time? It's pretty funny.
Huh?
I said it was like pure comedy the whole time. So just wait till you see it.
Brandon was saying this.
Card readers?
You get any good ones?
yeah, he did Christmas. And he wasn't doing anything on the field. But yeah, it was
I just need to be close to my
well,
camera.
he rolled his tracky bottom
Yeah.
all the way up. So yeah, on one leg just rolled
Okay. Yeah.
strange reason.
No. It's just a fashion like that for a couple of years, right? I have to like hip hop thing.
But one leg.
One leg rolled up. I have no idea why, and I would never ever do it. And if I do, feel free to slap me. Never ever do it.
But you ruined it. Ruined that shit. Is there more than one card reader? Do we not bring in one?
I only used it last time. So that's why I left it.
I like this one. You can close to my camera.
Timed it right anyway.
Yeah, I knew I would. Yeah, because I checked the time. Normally I get here about 12:30. But I know that half between 12 and 1, it's quick at 1. But last time, I hung around for about 20 odd minutes, so 20 past 1 is right. I don't think I've seen any images from the game.
You haven't seen them? I'll share with you.
There's one that I really like of Arabian, right? I clicked it and put it on my phone. It's just my screensaver. Because when he was with the Vikings for years, when he was with the Vikings a few years ago. Yeah. And I remember he came into my school. Just when I was himself. There was a big loads of men that played wives and girlfriends all through match school. You know, and I was there.
Yeah, yeah.
You may not need this, but coming in here.
Is this trip any different for you than the one you were here a few months ago?
Well, when I came a few months ago, obviously I had more leisure time. Had a chance to sightsee. This time it basically feels like training camp, so it's a business mindset.
A little bit cooler?
Huh?
A little bit cooler than last time?
Well, yeah, it is actually. But although when I came in July, it was still a little bit of rain. So, but it feels good to be back.
What differences do you see in Jared Goff and that Rams offense as opposed to last year?
Well, I think the new coach is coming in, and he's really made his job a lot easier. He's finding open guys. He's not forcing throws. I think he's using Gurley a lot more out of the backfield. So he's really taking care of the football, and I think Todd Gurley. He's running the football well, so it's taking a lot of pressure off him as well as a quarterback.
How does the defense prevent that letdown that you guys had?
A lot of games we start fast, and we get to the second half and we may play well a few series, and then we have these lapses, whether it be mental errors, whether it be guys not playing deep balls well. So we just got to do a great job of challenging each other on the sidelines to stay consistent, stay focused throughout the entire game.
Is it a little more dangerous to possibly do this week because of how much they've been scoring?
Well, I think we just have to play our style of football for 60 minutes. So we know what we're going to get. We know what we're going to see. I think it just all comes down to us executing well. Like I said, not having mental errors, guys being in the right place at the right time. So we just got to focus on finishing football games.
I feel like you're in a position where you made the play at the end of the Indy game, and in preseason you made a bunch of plays, got some turnovers. Do you feel like that's close for you? I mean, do you feel like maybe a 2015 vibe at all coming for you at all in terms of making the most of it?
Well, I think plays like that is really just it comes with opportunities. Quarterbacks and offenses have to give you those kind of opportunities. But for the most part, I'm just trying to play consistent. I'm not really worrying about splash plays or how my stat sheet may look right now. Because in the end, I feel like I'm going to have 5 or more interceptions. I'm going to have 80 more tackles. Like I said, it's just about me playing well in critical situations. Third and twos where I know I'm going to get pick routes. Or third and longs where I know guys are going to double move me. So it's about me just playing well in critical situations.
Do you feel like you've done that? I mean, how would you assess the first?
Well, I feel like I've given up, a few plays on third downs. I had, a few mislaps in the Dallas game. But aside from that, if I'm making those splash plays, then people forget about, the third and two that I gave up. So, like I said, the splash plays will come. I just have to play more consistent in critical situations.
You said your confidence might not be where it was at a couple years ago. How do you feel about it?
Well, I think confidence comes with, like I said, making splash plays, just making the plays that I've made since I was 5 years old. And those plays will come. Like I said, my focus right now is playing well in critical situations.
Is this a new kind of mental attitude by you? I mean, before, would you get antsy if a splash play had come your way?
Yeah, I would say so. It would have definitely taken me out of my game, but I got a great group of guys around me. I think ultimately my teammates believe in me. At the end of the day, that's all that really matters.
Time the rugby team was practicing outside. Did you get a chance to watch it all? And could you imagine playing football without pads?
Well, I played, sandlot football growing up a lot. But, we was 80 pounds back then. So I can't imagine somebody 240 hitting me, without any pads on. So pretty sure I'll be on IR.
You played next to a lot of safeties over the last few years, and it seems like everybody's had pretty good success. Do you think it's something with the
scheme, or why do you think there's been a lot of safeties that have come through that have played well?
Well, we've had a great group of guys. You know, even from Rashad Johnson to Tony Jefferson, obviously DJ, and even Branch this year in Bethea. So I think the system works well, especially for safeties. And it puts a lot of pressure, obviously, on the cornerback position. But the safety position, I think guys are able to flourish. And I think a lot of those guys is all about most of those guys playing a natural position. I remember Tony first couple years, he was a free safety, and once he got down to play strong safety, it got him paid. So I think Branch is back at his natural position. He's just comfortable, playing tight ends and playing in the box.
Now, what does Josh Morrow bring to this defense?
Say that again.
What does Josh Morrow bring to this defense?
Well, he's just consistent, especially in the run game. He just has the attitude. He's able to line up the entire defensive line. And, I think you need guys with a high motor, playing 3 techniques and 6 techniques.
Do you take anything from the Greenbrier trip a few years ago as far as learning how to be on the road for that long and maintaining your focus?
Well, we definitely don't want to have that kind of letdown, where we play well and then, like I mentioned earlier, getting to the second half and we can't finish football games. So we just got to dial in, be focused, got to understand this is a business trip, and, we're ultimately fighting for first place in our division. So we got to understand that our opponent, is playing really well. They're extremely confident right now. So we just have to match that intensity.
You said that you in the past that you get flash plays that would affect defenses. How have you prevented that from happening?
Well, it's just constantly challenging myself. I look at my game tape, and I don't think my coach has given me a grade under a B this year. But the only reason I'm not getting an A is because I'm not making those splash plays. So just trying to continue to challenge myself, just focus on being consistent, and really understand, what teams are going to do to me in critical situations.
Hard not to be hard on yourself?
Well, I'm my biggest critic. So my coaches challenge me. Obviously BA, he challenged me a bunch. So I just have to be more consistent, more understanding of how teams want to attack me.
As a defensive back, what's it like going against somebody like Adrian Peterson and you start to think, okay, what do I do if he gets past a couple levels?
Well, we had one of those instances yesterday at practice, and scout team guy, he was wearing number 30 jersey, and he just came right through the line of scrimmage, and that's not a pretty picture. That's not a picture any deep safety wants to see. So, but in those situations, you just have to take a shot. I don't believe that you can wait on them. Those guys get paid a lot of money, and those guys are really good at what they do. So, you just have to have that mindset that if he comes through the hole, I'm going to at least try to get one leg.
You touched upon it earlier that the Rams offense heavily features Todd Gurley. Yeah. Are you making any special plans for provisions for him this week?
Well, the plan is to tackle him, if I get a chance to. But, it has to be a group effort. He's playing really well right now. He's extremely confident. He's not the same running back he was last year as well. So he's running with a lot of confidence, a lot of aggression. Like I said, once we step on the field, we have to match those guys' intensity. But ultimately, we have to have the mindset, that we're going to win.
With the Rams having already played in London last year, do you think they have an advantage over you?
I wouldn't say that. At the end of the day, it's football, and once we line up, it's all about executing plays, tackling, blocking, making splash plays. So whatever team does those things well will win the football game.
Larry, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. We'll have Larry Fitzgerald in here in just a minute or two.
Oh, it's cool. I've always enjoyed it. I think probably this is my 15, 16th time here. So it's a great town, great city, great sports fans, and we're excited to be here.
As someone who travels as much as you do, how often do you get recognized around the world?
Just usually by American tourists, but not the locals. And that's usually pretty nice to be able to go and just enjoy it, and not have to talk to anybody and just chill.
How different is it being here on a work trip compared to it as a leisure?
I mean, it's just travel. I mean, it's the same. I mean, I'm here for a reason. Just like I would be if I was traveling leisurely. This experience is a little different, but it's not much of a difference really.
Larry, what do you and your teammates make of the NFL's decision regarding taking the knee yesterday?
I don't even know what the decision was.
Well, in regards to they're not going to stop players, but they prefer players not to.
We're just here to play the Rams. That's our focus. We're trying to get to the division. We're not interested in politics.
But are the protests themselves stuff that you and your teammates discuss, having seen it around and other teams doing it?
No, not really.
Carson said that he could feel and hear Adrian running how hard he runs. I know you're not as close to him as Carson is, but can you hear or feel things?
Well, it's just a look in his eyes. I mean, the energy he brings to the huddle. I mean, that kind of excitement that offensive line shows when they're out there blocking for him. It's different. I mean, when you got a back that's going to the Hall of Fame and capable of doing what he's capable of doing, it gets everybody excited, it gets everybody energized, and he really set the tone early, and was a catalyst for us being able to start fast and being able to finish the game also. So, I mean, the more involved he is early, the more we can keep their offense off the field and try to tire off that tenacious defense they have.
You've known him for a long time. What made you confident that he had something left at age 32?
Well, AD's always had a chip on his shoulder. That's just part of his nature. He feeds off of any negativity, anything people say, he this or that. I mean, he just feeds off of it, and I think him and I are very similar in that regard. It's you're always looking for fuel and motivation to keep you motivated, and obviously he would love to be on the championship team. Him and I are pretty much chasing the same things. So I mean, I know he's motivated. He's eager to be here and ready to continue to carry the load for us.
How valuable is he to the team already, having known him just for a week?
Oh, I mean, he put us on his back last week. In his first week being here, I mean, got acclimated with the system, understood the terminology, in a few days, and was able to go out there and play the way he's capable of playing. And with another week of practices and getting familiar with everything, and him having some experience, his third time being over here. So I mean, he's got a lot more experience playing over here and in the conditions than any of us do. So I mean, we're actually following his lead this week.
Having been here so many times, if somebody hasn't been here, what's an under the radar thing they should do or see or experience?
I'm a history guy, so I love the history. I love going to visit, the castles and going down to Parliament and seeing just the history of the country is fascinating. You're looking at buildings that are 500 years old, homes, and our country's not even that old, So it's fascinating to me to see that.
Larry, the rugby team practicing out there, can you imagine playing football without pads on, guys twice your size, smackers?
Those guys have much better technique than we have. I mean, you see them tackle; they tackle proper. Heads up, wrap and run. They have less issues than we do. We can learn a thing or two from the way they play.
In your travels, have you ever watched a rugby match?
Oh yeah. I mean, I played with Ben Graham, for a few years in the mid 2000s, and I've been over to Australia a few times to watch his team. He won the championship in Aussie rules football, I think last year, and I went over and visited his club. He's like the general manager over there, so I visited him a couple of times and watched his practices. So I follow it a fair bit.
Larry, you've played against Wade Phillips' coach defences before. What sort of things differently does he employ in a game? What do you expect to see this week?
Well, he does a good job of neutralizing the player, the team's better players, and so I mean he never gives you the same looks consistently. He's always changing things up, and he obviously has defensive linemen that like to penetrate in the running pass game. He's got the personnel to do that, and on the back end he's got a really good secondary. So I mean all around this is a good football team, especially on defense. Offensively I think they've changed a little bit, but on the defense, it's the same guys. They're ferocious. They get after you. They play hard for 60 minutes. So we're expecting that as always.
Larry, thanks for your time.
Yep.
Turn the mic on, Cam.